Hey guys, I'm Jason. I'm one of the pastors here at Compassion Church. Thank you for joining me this morning. If you're watching this, can I just quickly remind you, please like and share today's video. As a matter of fact, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube page or liked our Facebook page, please go ahead and do that because it helps us to expand on what God's doing here at Compassion Church and gets the word out in a bigger way. You know, I want to talk to you about experiencing God this morning. That's really our number one goal in life. We can all unite around that. Everyone that you see under the sun, their goal in life should be to experience and to know God. As a matter of fact, we see in John chapter 6 when someone's asking Jesus, hey, what should I do to do the works of God? What should I do to do miracles? What should I do to please God? What should I do to make things happen that show that God's working my life? And he says, look, only one thing that matters is that you know the one who God has sent. In other words, knowing Jesus Christ is the one work that matters. Why? Because everything else that God wants to happen in your life, the good works he wants to work through you, blessings that he wants to pour into your life, the ways that he wants you to affect others, all pours out from that experience, all pours out from knowing Jesus. You do that and everything else will fall in line, is what Jesus is saying. So experiencing God should be the great motivator in our life. So you say, how do I do this? Because it really sounds hard. And in all honesty, without Jesus, without him being in our life, it really is hard. But see, our faith is the active ingredient in all this. That's the key. He said, remember, you got to believe in the one whom he sent. Meaning faith is that active ingredient to make it happen. So if you're not operating in any way in faith, then it kind of takes away from that experience. It takes away from really knowing who Jesus is. We have to operate and walk in faith to really stir things up, to really make things happen. You also need to realize that in experiencing God, in doing that, we realize he's our source. As you get closer to God, as you experience more of who he is, as you know more of who he is, we realize more and more that we don't have anything without him. That he's our source, that he's our spiritual source. He's the source of our spiritual restoration. He's the source of our spiritual life. We realize that he's the source for our soul. You know, as we try to grow in the knowledge of God, as we try to grow in this life, we realize more and more that we need to know who God is to achieve victory there. We even realize that he's our physical life, that he's that source for our very next breath. That what we need to go on in life has to come through him. And lastly, it also means this: everything else we do is subordinate to that one work. You know, you can say, well, I serve in church, I do this for God, I tithe, I'm always showing up, I'm always ready to serve, I'm always ready to help someone else. Those works are great, but all that should become subordinate to experiencing God, so that when we truly serve him, when we truly know him, those actual works of serving others, those actual good works that we do every day will be so much more effective because they'll come out of that relationship. I hope this blesses you. Have an awesome day. Have an experience with God. Pray that you will encounter him today.